I'm starting. That's called, it's kind of like I'm interviewing other fathers and other people that could possibly give you advice. Everyone, this is Major.
Hi everyone. Hi Ari.
And he's here today as my first guest of all time for this. So this is a prestigious honor.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm guest number one. That's a place of honor, and I'm touched and humbled that your dad would consider me the first one.
What's your favorite part of being a dad, being a parent?
I would say my favorite part of being a dad, and I'll be honest with you, it transitions as the kids grow and as you grow as being a father.
Okay.
The very first things that I enjoyed about being a dad was holding my son and seeing him and watching this little life, and as he would, had great expressions when I was around. But then as he got older, it transitioned to different things. I enjoyed the fact that it was pure, unadulterated love. And he was just happy to see me.
Okay.
But as he got older, those things changed a little bit more. It again evolved into where I would see him taking on his own life and doing his own little things that we taught him, and watching
take
him,
those and do them himself then.
he would emulate those things, and
Okay.
he would make those things his own, and as he started making right decisions and doing the right thing, not because we told him, but because it was right.
Okay.
And end scene.
And yeah, I need one of those little clippers.
Yes, you need one of the clippers. Clip. It's a beautiful thing to see them grow and to start doing the things that they should, and they're growing and they're maturing. Now, of course, there's mistakes that are made along the way. In my son's case, creating a muriatic acid bomb in a field. Don't do that, by the way. It's against the law.
I'm sorry, say that again?
My son and his friends decided to make a bomb out of muriatic acid. He learned it in chemistry.
Okay.
And he decided to take it to a field in our subdivision and
blow it up.
And blow it up. And he posted this on Instagram, and I just happened to see it. And I called him. I was like, "What are you doing?" "It was so cool, Dad. You made this bomb." And I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "The cops are gonna come. Don't do that. You can hurt yourself." Yeah.
Was the explosion cool?
Oh, the explosion was definitely totally cool. There was no doubt that it was totally cool, except for the fact that I didn't want him to maybe lose a finger or a foot.
Right. It's like when you light a firework and you light
hold
it and you run. Oh,
yeah.
Or you hold it.
Or you hold it like this. Nothing can go wrong with this. You're holding this firework in my hand. Oh, famous last words.
Okay. What experiences have you treasured most?
The things that I've enjoyed the most watching him grow up was him growing up and watching him learn from mistakes or overcome obstacles, and things that are natural, the natural growing up process, breaking up with a girlfriend, doing bad in school, and then watching him respond to it and grow from it and overcome that obstacle.
Recently with Ari, I've been kind of like overprotective and scared of like everything for him. Like
Right.
we were supposed to have a vacation in Florida, and I'm worried about the plane because it's recycled air, and then somebody might have Zika virus or whatever. I don't know. And then all of a sudden it gets to Ari, and then I'm thinking, okay, we'll take a car. But then I'm thinking, well, that's a 13-hour drive from St. Louis to Florida, and he's a baby, and all sorts of stuff can go wrong. This is just the beginning of my journey, but of being scared a lot. But what were some of the biggest things you were scared of?
I think one of the biggest things that I was scared of becoming a new father was that I wasn't adequate enough or mature enough to be the kind of father that he needed. I think that
That's a good answer.
It really scared me. And a funny story, I lived in Baltimore, Maryland at the time when my son Nathan was born, And I remember to this day, my wife called me. I was downtown running an errand. My wife called me on the phone and she said, "Baby, I need to tell you something." And I was like, "What could it be?" I was like, "What did I do? I'm sure I messed something up because I'm a husband."
I didn't put the clothes on the dryer.
Exactly. It could be anything. And she says, "Well," she goes, "I'm at my doctor's right now." And she goes, "I'm pregnant." And I said, "You're what?" She goes, "I'm pregnant." I said, "Wow. Oh my God." I was like, "I'm so excited."
Right.
And I said, "That's awesome." I didn't say anything crazy on the phone. But, and I said, "Okay." I said, "So, with the following questions of what do we do now? What can I do? Do you want me to come to the doctor?" "No, I'm fine. And we'll talk about this later." And as I hung up the phone, well, cell phone, bravely, I went to the nearest bar and I had a shot of Jack.
Oh, that's great, babe. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah. I'll have a shot, please.
Yes, make it a double. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm becoming a father." And then my next thought was, "Oh my God, I'm becoming a father. I'm not ready for this. I'm nowhere mature enough to be a father. I don't have enough money. I got nothing." Oh my gosh. But it was scary. I wanted to make sure that I was going to be enough to lead and guide and direct him in the direction that he needed to go to become a great man, good man, productive member of society.
Right.
and I was scared.
I can empathize with that completely. I'm scared that anything that I do is gonna not mess him up, but
you're not gonna mess him up. You'll be fine.
So, what advice can you give me on being a new father?
Okay.
And then, if you have anything to say for Ari's sake, do you have any advice to give to him?
Question number one: relax.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why, because even though, and a perfect example was when I taught my son how to drive, and when he looked at everything that I was doing, he never noticed all the things that I was doing when I was driving, where I'm making sure I'm not speeding, I'm watching the flow of traffic, I'm watching the cars around me, the cars in front of me, behind me, and making sure that I'm doing all these different things. He never noticed all that stuff while I was doing it. And most people don't ever think about all these things. They just happen naturally.
Okay.
Being a father, for the most part, is a natural thing. And you have this little boy, little girl, you have this child that's there. There's all this wisdom stored inside of you that you have that's naturally there from just simply living.
Okay.
And as you're going through life with Ari, you will see, oh, you'll see him as he starts to crawl and starts to walk, and he does the climb up the wall sort of thing, and he's moving around, and he gets to the light fixture, and you're like, "Oh, I forgot to put the plug in on that one." And as you see him start to stick his finger in that, you're like, "That's a bad idea. Don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself."
No.
Yeah, or even better, as he starts to lick it. Because he's there, he's eye level with it, and that's something fun.
Right.
But that's not a good idea.
Right.
And as these things start to happen, and as life starts to happen for him, and as he starts going to school and start making friends, and those friends start interplaying into your life in the house, and he starts developing his own personality and ideas, you already have all this wisdom inside of you to mold and shape and create and protect. You have all this wisdom inside of you because you've already been through it.
Okay.
You already know the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, of the things that he doesn't see yet. All these things, as they just start naturally happening, you're gonna know this is what you do, this is how you do it.
Okay.
And now, question number 2, Ari, for you, and I'm gonna look directly at you. The best advice I can give you is, even though you may not, you're going to express yourself and you're going to become a young man, you're going to want to do things your own way, and you may look at mom and dad and say, they don't know jack. They're out of their minds. I know better than they do. In a sense, a little you do, because you've got your ear to the ground. You know things that they aren't going to know. But your mom and dad have years and years of life experience that you're never going to be able to catch up to because they're older. Look at them as a resource. I'm not saying that they know everything, but I'm saying they know more than you. Listen to them, use them, learn from their mistakes. Make your own.
And there's been a lot of them.
Yes,
So.
there has, and that's okay. But you're going to make your own mistakes, and that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with you falling and skinning your knee, but make sure you get back up and learn from your mom and dad and listen to what they have to say, because they're a wealth of knowledge for you to make you a better person.
I like the idea of using your parents as a resource, instead of thinking of them as like disciplinarians or
an oppressor.
Yeah, that they're a resource of information. And you're right. You know, I never thought of it like this. That my own stress about raising a child, like, and not knowing exactly what to do. Well, a lot of these things I do already know, and they will just come up as they come up, and that's
it is, and it's the truth. And I know most people don't think about it, especially that very first night when you got that baby in the crib, and you get up every hour and you want to make sure that he's still breathing, and you're looking over him. And did you get any sleep last night? No, I didn't get any sleep last night, honey. I was watching the baby.
Right.
But
he breathed all night.
Yes,
that's a good thing.
And he's gonna keep breathing for the rest of his life. But these are all things that you just do, and and then you're gonna look back over at the 18, 19 year, and as transition happens, you're gonna say, wow, we did all right. We didn't do half bad. Our kid's a great kid.
Major, thank you very much for stopping by and actually giving some great advice and being a good friend, and I know Ari's gonna appreciate it, and
I certainly hope so.
So this was awesome.
Thank you, Dan.
I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, and scene.
End scene done.